Welcome to the show, guys. Brent Chapman.
Hey,
My guy.
good morning, Brandon. You know, Devon in the chat already knows what day it is. It's Monday, but hold on. Unfortunately, due to a blizzard in the Northeast, it is not Buffalo Monday just yet. We have to play today, Brandon. They delayed the game, and I'm sure we'll get to that. But it is Monday, and I am happy to be on the Brandon Mason Show today.
Dude, that kind of makes it feel like Buffalo Monday. I mean, if you think about it, if they win on Sunday or win on the weekend, it's Buffalo Monday. But today, it could potentially be.
Today is Buffalo Monday. We are playing today. That
could potentially be the new deal if you guys are watching for the first time. Brent obviously is a Buffalo Bills fan, and Josh Allen is ready to cruise into the playoffs to beat the Steelers. But before we go into all of that, Brent, I had a long weekend. I think my voice is sounding crazy.
It sounds like that throat had a lot of fun this weekend.
It was cigars on the back of
I was
a yacht.
gonna say.
Listen, I sat next to a gentleman, and I said, very successful guy, and I said, listen, I'll have a cigar with you, no problem. After he finished 2 and 3 cigars, he looked at me and he goes, "You're still on your first cigar?" I'm like,
yeah.
That's what I mean, I typically do that
Dude,
in one sitting.
If I smoke a cigar, I will sound like George Burns on his deathbed. Like it is, my voice gets, already it's pretty deep and raspy, right? But if I smoke a cigar, you would love it. It's a great radio sound.
But how many cigars can you have in one sitting, right? Like you can have a glass of wine, 2 glasses of wine, a couple of drinks, but
these aren't Michelob. These aren't Michelob Ultras. We're not, you don't put them in a beer bong and pound them. Like this is like a cigar is meant to be enjoyed and puffed, and you enjoy the taste. You're not pounding cigars.
Well, I was having a cigar, and then after that, enjoying the game. But Brent, honestly, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, they were off.
Who called it? Who called it?
They were off. And I wish I had the button on here. I got to check and see. That might not be the right one. Give me a second.
Well, you need a Brent button that you just press in it, and it plays
on
all
here.
the times that I'm right. There we go. There we go.
That's for the Cowboys. And, the reason, probably use that button a few more times in this conversation. But, Brent, listen, the problem that I have is receivers, quarterbacks, you can be off. You can have bad timing. You can have bad games. I understand that. But in the playoffs, you just can't have an extremely bad half. And then on top of not connecting with CeeDee Lamb, on top of not having the best offensive structure in place, there were also several pick sixes in this game, which caused this to be a major problem. And, the issue that I have is the Packers, and I want to get on here and say, one finger, I'm like, this is terrible for the NFL for a team like the Cowboys who were so highly rated and they should be winning. And then I go on the second hand, hats off to the Packers because they were well prepared. The coach was well prepared. Jordan Love played amazing, lights out, which we'll get to in a second. But watch this interview, Brent. Got it on full video and full sound for people watching this right now. This is Dak Prescott coming off, talking about what do you thought, and then we'll get right into Jerry Jones.
Yeah, he's been amazing. I don't know how there can be, but I understand the business. In that case, it should be about me as well, honestly. I mean, that guy, I've had the season
walking off
because of him.
He said, don't blame McCarthy, blame me.
Because of him. And,
which,
come on, Dak.
I understand it's about
basically saying, I got it. It's mind-boggling, to see this. I see the ending there of this clip. But, Brent, listen, the whole point was he's getting on there and he's saying, if you're going to blame Mike McCarthy, you got to blame me too. Because he's basically, and I like that he did that, but this is a problem. And basically said, if you're going to put all the blame on him, put me in that conversation too, because he said he prepared him. He said he was so prepared. He said there was not a hiccup. If he was so prepared.
Come on.
But if he was so prepared, Brent, then that means that
nonsense.
he played that bad then, correct? If he was so prepared and so ready to go, Mike McCarthy got him so prepared all the way through the season, all ready to go, the blame then, if in fact this is correct, would fall right back on Dak Prescott. And he's got...
Do you know why Dak said that? Because Dak knows that Mike McCarthy failed the team again for the third year in a row. Now, Brandon, you cannot go 12-5 3 years in a row and lose in the divisional round of the playoffs every single year. This year, they didn't even make it that far. They lost in the wild card round. Mike McCarthy, and I have gone off on this many, many times, is not a coach that is going to take a talented roster to the Super Bowl. And we have seen it again. They weren't ready. By the way, did you see some of the great calls that guy made during the game that really made it worse? Dak isn't the one that's calling a run play on 2nd and 13 to set up 3rd and 8. McCarthy on 5 straight drives set up 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Dak, bro, that ain't your fault. You're not calling the plays. Mike McCarthy is. It's Mike McCarthy's job to get you prepared for the game. It's your job to play. And
but
yes,
I got nothing wrong. I got nothing wrong with running the ball in 2nd and 10, 2nd and 13. If you're not down by 28, if you're not down by 20, and you run the ball in 2nd and 10, 2nd and 14.
5 consecutive drives in a row. They ran the ball on 1st and 2nd and long and got stuffed and had 3rd and long. Where is maybe we should try something different.
This is miserable for the Cowboys fans too. Because listen,
especially
he's 4
when you're
years,
the
$160 million. Dak Prescott is 4 years, $160 million. He will be a free agent next year. But I want to show you something, Brent.
Wait, hold on, Brandon. You got another stat there. Number 5 offense in the league. Top 3 passing offense. You're running the ball in the playoffs. You know what? This is just, look, if I can't say this enough times, Mike McCarthy is not a championship head coach, period. And he should be let go today. And that is with all the other stuff. And I wanted to talk about another little segment. If you were on Twitter yesterday, Brandon, and I don't know if you're a Twitter guy, you should have seen all the Bill Belichick memes. It has the Stone Cold music playing and Bill Belichick walking out. Bill Belichick arriving in Dallas on Monday. Here he goes, right? Bill Belichick and the Jones family have a really great relationship. Bill Belichick is not done coaching. Bill Belichick has a top 5 defense and a top 5 offense. This sounds like a pretty good spot.
Wait, before you
Bill
spill
Belichick.
the beans, I got to show you a video because what I was getting into was Dak Prescott is 4 years, $160 million. He's at 1 season left. Mike McCarthy has 1 season left. But I have a clip here. Jerry Jones basically says, look, I'm not sure where I'm going with this. I know he said, I expected to win. We were supposed to win, and there's an issue. And he basically says in this little clip, basically explains, all of you that are going to watch this, is like, we're going to make some changes. I haven't gotten to that part of that yet, which he basically tells you something's coming. But I got the clip right here. Pull this up if I got it lined up here.
I don't have any comments or questions
100 years old.
or answers for how and why
Not happy.
we didn't
Not happy.
do what we wanted tonight.
Brent, he's going to make some decisions.
Fans,
He's saying right
how
now,
much you deserve
He built a great team.
us to not have this ending.
he's saying right now,
certainly
I will get to this next.
in no way
And
have
we will get to the bottom line of
any
what happened,
my time
what transpired,
the last
basically.
3 hours asking how
Someone's
and why.
going.
What I'm
Someone is
zeroing in
leaving.
on is the fact that,
And
I
it's-
thought
and-
we were in a position.
If you ask me, Brent,
Everybody in this room thought we were in a
it's
position.
not going to be just one look, I know Dak has 1 year left. Dak's going to continue to play football. Dak's not going to retire this year unless he had an
They're not
issue.
gonna
So
get rid of him.
he's going to
They're not
go
gonna get rid of him.
somewhere. Again, a lot of teams right now could use a Dak Prescott. And I'm not saying Dak Prescott was the ultimate. But listen, we can't forget.
Dak Prescott is not going anywhere. He will stay right in Dallas.
Yeah, but I'm saying, even if he stays this year, I'm saying he will eventually be playing somewhere else. Unless he wins the Super Bowl next year, he will be going somewhere else.
I don't think that's true.
Because now, if Bill Belichick were to come into Texas and coach the Cowboys, and he says to Jerry Jones, look, I like Dak Prescott. We're missing this and this. Then he may keep Dak Prescott. But if someone like a guy of that talent, that magnitude, with legendary coach like Bill Belichick shows up and says, look, this guy's got to go. People like CeeDee Lamb are incredible, but didn't play that good yesterday. People have off games. Yesterday they were off, and the Packers were on. The turnovers, the interceptions, the play. Jordan Love was on. The running game was on. Aaron Dobbs was on. Aaron Jones was on. There wasn't any player really that was off. So anybody that plays against a team and has that bad of a game, while they have that good of a game, you can get beat on any given day. The Bills watch this now, and I think the Bills also learned from this, because the Bills are better than the Steelers. I know that. But Jordan Love was a player they said, oh, is he the guy? Is he the guy in Green Bay? Oh, maybe not. He has to follow, like you had said this, Brett Favre. He's got to follow Aaron Rodgers, right? You've been saying this, and you're right. He played very good yesterday.
He did good. I want to say one more thing.
Good.
I want to say one more thing before we go on to Jordan Love, because I see that that's next. Look, Dak Prescott is not going anywhere, and here's why. Jerry is incredibly loyal to his players. And so Jerry's going to sit down today and say, what's my problem? Is my problem my players? Is my problem Mike McCarthy? I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to say his problem's the coaching staff. And so what he's going to do is he's going to go look for somebody that can enable them and make them successful.
Hey guys, thanks for watching and tuning into the Brandon Mason Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. Until next time.